सबको लगता है हमें कुछ पता ही नहीं है। Is it because I don't drink milk?
या शायद हम सारे दिन लैपटॉप से बातें नहीं करते? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Back straight, Ishan.
To summarize, all you big people think that we are little stupid.
Language, Ishan.
आप सबने ना बहुत wrong. We are the kids of the internet और हम काफी smart है. We can tell you many things about the internet. This internet, the internet awesome class में सिखाया था.
So kids, how do we stay safe on the internet?
We don't share our personal details.
जैसे देखो, स्कूल के ईमेल पर भी लोग स्टैम करते रहते हैं.
दीदी, स्टैम नहीं स्कैम.
स्टैम. You won the lottery 10,000 rupees. This is 1000% fake.
Believe it or not, हमने आपकी कुछ बातें सच में सुनी है. जैसे कि Don't talk to strangers, ईशान. इससे तो मैं फू करके उड़ा दूंगा. Reported. अब हमें एक एडवाइस दे. Never tell your password to anybody. Not even to your sister.
बच्चे जितना समय इंटरनेट पर बिताते हैं, ऑनलाइन सेफ्टी उनके लिए उतनी ही इम्पोर्टेंट हो जाती है। गूगल का बी इंटरनेट ऑसम प्रोग्राम और इंटरलैंड गेम उन्हें इसके बारे में एक मजेदार और इंटरैक्टिव तरीके से सिखाता है, ताकि वो हर दिन सेफ्टी और कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ इस ऑनलाइन वर्ल्ड को एक्सप्लोर कर सकें। बी इंटरनेट ऑसम।
Hi everyone and good evening. Welcome to the launch of the second book in the Be Internet Awesome series by Google and Tinkle. Right, my name is Pratik and I am going to be your host for this evening. Right. So just to let you all know, the first book, right, was with defective detectives. Right, and along with defective detectives, we learned how to secure our secrets. Right, and the second book is with Mina, Mynah, and it is how do we share with care. Right, there are going to be a total of 5 books. Right, we've launched 2. This is the second book which is going to get launched, and over the next 3 months, we're going to be launching all the other books as well. Right, so look forward to all of that. Now, to let you know a little bit about the Be Internet Awesome program, the Be Internet Awesome program is by Google, right? To make sure that we know the basics and we learn how to be safe on the internet. We are going to be on the internet more and more, right? So there are some basic pillars of internet safety, and those are the 5 pillars of internet safety which we're going to be covering in the book series. Now, to launch the book with us, I have with me Achachan, the editor of Tinkle, right? So, Achachan, can we have you on screen? Hi, Achachan.
Hi, Pratik. How are you?
I am doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I am back home in Kerala, here to celebrate
Nice.
Christmas with my family. So it's really lovely. So it's a good, fun occasion to be launching this book just in time.
Yes.
Holidays is all about sharing anyway, so it's good to share with care, I feel.
I absolutely agree. And I mean, being Christmas tomorrow, wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas in advance.
Same to you. Same to you.
Okay. So Achachan, what can you tell us about the book?
All right. So the second installment in share with, in the Be Internet Awesome comic series project that we're doing, it's called Share with Care. Basically, we do spend a lot of time online nowadays. We come across a lot of information, a lot of news articles, a lot of fun trivia, a lot of general knowledge. But a lot of the times, a lot of stuff that we do share without really thinking about what we're sharing it to, or whether it's legitimate, or whether it's factually correct. We do live in the era of WhatsApp forwards. So, and there's so much fake news like floating around. So, taking all of this into account, basically our second book deals with Mina, Mynah from the Tinkle universe, sort of navigating this space, and how they need to be more careful about what they're reading online and what they're sharing with their friends and family. So that's
Absolutely.
basically what the book's about.
This the as you mentioned, forwards, in misinformation, fake news. This has become almost everyday talk, right?
Yeah.
What we used to be able to like it, what would not spread as fast or as easily earlier now spreads like wildfire or even faster sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So Achachan, do you have the cover for us?
I do actually. I have not just the cover, I have the entire book here with me.
Oh, that is amazing. So that is Tinkle and Google Be Internet Awesome Volume 2 Share with Care. That looks fantastic. Can we take a
So
quick
it's
sneak peek inside?
for sure, Pratik. So it's basically a 16-page story. So it's uh, and it's done. The art is done by one of our regular Tinkle artists. His name's Sahil Uplikar. The story's been written by a regular Tinkle writer called Tushar Chandani. It's a really fun story about how Mina decides to be a cross-country runner,
Right.
and basically how she starts following a lot of random advice courtesy of her sisters on what will make her a better runner, so to speak.
Right.
And yeah, and then it ends with like this quick cheat sheet on like what you can do, what you can't do, things like how you can use Google fact check tools to make sure what you're reading online is safe. And yeah, that's essentially what the entire book is about.
Yeah,
Uh,
that
it's
looks actually
it's uh,
fantastic. So where all can we read this as of right now?
So the book is available on the Tinkle website. We will put the link in the comments window, and it will be available. It's also available on the Tinkle app. It's available on the Amar Chitrakarta app, and it'll soon be available on Kindle as well.
Oh, that's
So it's a
amazing. Okay,
free
so
read.
basically anywhere you go, you
It's
can find this.
Yeah, anywhere you go, you can find this. It's absolutely free. Please do share it far and wide with all your friends and families, especially the younger ones in your family who are spending a lot of time online, because this is information that is crucial to be safe online and to make everyone internet awesome. So yeah.
That is fantastic. It looks really great. Um, and we're going to put the link, right, to be able to read the book in the chat, right? So let us just I'm going to just do that, right? Here you go. And we have shared
There you
the
go.
book. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's coming in on all the platforms that it is live on. So yeah, please go ahead and read the book. It is the Christmas weekend, right? The book is a quick 10-minute read, 10 to 15-minute read max. So go ahead and read it. But
You can share both the books with your friends as like a mini Christmas gift, you know.
that is also true. That is true, right? So Achachan, I had another question, right? When
Tell.
we say share with care, right? How do we really understand what should we share and what we shouldn't share, right? Or how do we create this entire space of checking your facts or checking the information before we actually share it?
So, I mean, the way I've understood from what I've learned playing Interland and following this entire thing is one, don't share too much. There is such a thing as oversharing. Do not share personal details of your friends and family. That is an absolute no-no. Even about yourself, make sure you're very careful about what you share about yourself.
Right.
Whatever you are reading online, be it a news article, be it random hacks or tips and tricks or whatever it is, make sure it's from a reputed source. It's a verified source, a trusted source. You need to treat online communication with the same amount of carefulness that you would with offline communication. So there
Right.
is a tendency for all of us when we get like say a small cold, we'll immediately go online and like diagnose ourselves, and then we'll walk away thinking we have the worst illnesses in the world, you know, which is not advisable because you wouldn't accept medical advice from somebody randomly on the road.
Obviously,
You'd
yeah.
go to an actual doctor. So even if you're on the web on the internet, make sure you go to like trusted sources. And one thing you can use for that is the Google fact check tool. It's actually a very useful tool to have. and I'll put the link here in the ticker here. So you can see
Right.
if you go there, whatever you're reading about, you can just punch in the data on this website,
Wow.
and Google will run like the checks for you and tell you whether it's trustworthy or not. So there are
That
many,
is
many
fantastic.
services
I
like
mean,
this that
basically,
you
you
can
can
find.
check Google. You're saying just research it. If it seems like something which is too weird or it's too good to be true, just research it a little bit on Google
Yeah,
or use the fact check tool to see if this is verified information or not. Right?
exactly. Yep.
Fantastic, lovely. All right, now. Achachan, thank you so very much, right, for
Thank
joining
you so
us.
much, Annie
And
Pratik.
right, and everyone please go ahead and read the comic on the Tinkle website or the Tinkle app or the Amachitokatha app, and very soon on the Kindle. It's a completely free read, right?
Free,
So
free,
please go
free,
ahead.
free.
Free, right? Yeah. All right, so thank you so much, Achachan. Right.
Bye. Merry Christmas,
Bye.
everyone. See you guys.
Bye. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. All right, so but this was great in theory, right? What we spoke about, what we were talking about, sharing with caring, and how do we actually fact check, right? And how do we actually come up with the context to the information that we are going to be sharing? Theory, right? What we did was we essentially came up with a game show format for how to make this into a practical thing. So y'all are going to be able to play along with us, and this particular show is called All right, so it's called Are We Lying? And to join me for this is our very own host and my co host, Sanjana.
Hello,
Hi,
hello.
Sanjana.
The book looks so good.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, so exciting.
Yeah.
I finished reading it last night and I was very, very cool.
Yes, that is it is very very cool, and I hope everyone at home do read the book, right? Read it over the weekend, and Sanjana, tell us a little bit about Are We Lying? What are we going to do in Are We Lying?
Okay, so essentially, Are We Lying is something that we're going to play with you right now. And it is where we lie, or maybe we aren't lying, and you have to essentially help us spot the lie. You have to look up, research, do a little bit digging of your own, and tell us whether we are lying or not. And Are We Lying is
And
this very fun show which is going to launch in a week, and we will
yes,
talk about that more. But generally, we love lying, so we thought let's get you all to play and spot that. Are you all ready to do that? We can see
yes,
some
and
people saying
Sanjana,
yes.
I am having a little bit of internet difficulties, right? So I'm
Yeah.
going to leave all of you in the audience in the very very capable hands of Sanjana Kapoor, who's going to be playing Are We Lying, and episodes of Are We Lying, new episodes, actually fresh, no new, no launch episodes of Are We Lying are going to start next week, right?
Yeah.
So keep an
So
eye on our social media for that.
absolutely. And thank you so much, Pratik. I shall take the line forward.
Yeah.
So essentially, what all of y'all have to do is try and I'm going to give you a fact. And it might be a fact that you've heard of and you're sure that it is the truth. It might be a lie that I am making up. It might be something that I've twisted just a little bit. But what you need to do essentially is go on the internet, use the fact check tool that Google has, and tell me in the comments whether I am lying or not. Okay, so it's very simple. If you think I'm lying, say that I'm lying. Call me a liar. And if you think I'm telling you the truth, then let's spot the truth. Okay, so I'm going to give you your first fact. So I was reading recently, and I read this really interesting thing where it said that UNESCO essentially declared the Indian national anthem Jana Gana Mana as the best national anthem in the world. And it was quite an honor. And if I'm not mistaken, Jana Gana has held that title since 2016 when UNESCO made this announcement. And yeah, so that is my fun fact. What do you guys think? Am I lying or am I not lying? Alia says liar. She calls me a liar. Maybe. But really, Jana Gana Mana is the best national anthem. What do you guys think? UNESCO said so. And so anybody else wants to refute? Alia thinks that I'm lying. All right. There's another person saying liar. So y'all are absolutely right. I am lying. And in fact, this was a lie that I didn't even make up. So it was a lie that was out there on the internet for a while. And it was later on that UNESCO had to put out a statement saying that we have not done. We have not made any such announcement, and there were a whole lot of people who were reporting this. Yeah, fake alert. Absolutely right. So, okay, very good. Y'all are very good at this. So, let's see if you can spot the next line. Okay, I'm also very good at lying. So, let's see if y'all can, if I can convince you of this next one. So, recently India did really well at the Olympics, and they've actually been off and on doing well. And this fact that came up was that Bajrang Punia was won India's first individual medal at the Olympics. And he was a wrestler from the state of Maharashtra, and he brought home the bronze medal way back in 1952. So, what do you think? This was the first time India had won a medal in a sport that was other than hockey at the Olympics. What do you think? Am I lying? Or is this the truth? Is this the first time? Was wrestling the first time that we won an individual medal? Any guesses? Is this a lie or is this the truth? Y'all can use all the tools available to you to figure it out. All right. Damini says that this is the truth. Alia says that this is the truth. All right. Okay, it's true. Well, shall I tell you whether it's the truth or not? So there is only very little truth in it. The truth is that we did win the first one for wrestling. That is a little bit of a truth. But it wasn't Bajrang Punia that won it. It was Kashabad Dada Saheb Jadhav who won the first individual medal at the Olympics. It wasn't Bajrang Punia. So I did confuse you a bit. Poor, if you all had believed me and not gone and checked, you essentially would have continued believing that Bajrang Punia was the first one to win a. Yeah, so Ria says a liar now. But okay, great. So y'all are doing great. Please use all the stuff that you can. Google and see if it's a lie or not, and let me know. Okay, now speaking of the Olympics. There was when I was reading up more about the Olympics, I saw this really interesting thing, and this was that there's this really interesting village in Punjab called Sansarpur, and it's a small village on the outskirts of Punjab that has produced 14 hockey players. And all of them went on to represent India, and some even represented Kenya and Canada at the Olympics. In total, this village has produced more than 306 national and international players. What do you guys think? Is this the truth? One village in Punjab has produced 306 hockey players. What do you all think? Is this a lie or is this the truth? Any guesses? So this was in fact, I'm going to add a little tidbit while you all are trying to guess whether this is the lie or not. I'm going to add a little bit to it. Is that there was one Olympics in which there were 7 players who were playing from Sansarpur. 5 of them were for India and 2 of them were playing for Kenya. So, what do you all think? Ria says it's true. All right. So she says she read some news, but was the news correct? That's the real question. All right. What do you all think? So Ria says it's true. Damini says 14 hockey players from a single family. Not sure about the minute score. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you that it is the truth. It is absolutely the truth. So this village in Punjab on the outskirts that yes, Akira also says that this is true, and I'm right. I'm not lying. This is the truth, and I was very like I fact checked this a bunch of times because I was like, wow, one village in Punjab that produces so many hockey players. All right, great. Okay, so I am going to give you your new fact, and I'm going to give you a little bit extra time to think about this. Okay, now this is about the film industry essentially, and what I learned very interestingly was that the intermissions that happen during movies are a special feature of the Indian cinema, and they're not observed in any other film industry. It's because the length originally when the length of the films were uh, movies were long, they needed the interval, and so as movies developed, they started becoming shorter and more crisper. The other industries sort of phased out the intermission, but the tradition was so part of the watching experience in India that it continues to be a part of the film watching experience. So yeah, what do you guys think? Is this true? And while you all are thinking, let's see if we can look at the book one more time while you all are trying to guess whether this is the lie. Just to remind you as to how much what the book is about. The book essentially talks about this, about how there is so much information out there on the internet, and how do you know what is real and what is not, and that it's our responsibility to share with care and to figure out whether what we are talking about is actually the truth. Yeah, so there's the cover. And really, I'm telling you, you want to read this book. It was really fun to read. Okay, so let's see if you all have figured out whether I am lying or not. Okay, so somebody didn't get the question. The fact that I basically presented you with was that intermissions are a part of the Indian cinema watching experience, and it is unique to the Indian cinema because originally when the intermissions were introduced, they were because the length of the film was long and they needed the intermission, but other places have sort of phased out the intermission, and India continues to have it. All right, Alia thinks it is a lie. All right. What else? Does anybody else have any guesses? Do you think I'm lying? So here's a clue. I'll tell you that part of what I'm saying is the truth, but there is some lies in it. Can you spot what the lies is? There is some truth. So I'll tell you what the truth is. The truth is that the intermission is unique to the Indian watching experience. But why is it thing is the lie? So okay, some of you guessed that I was telling you the lie, lying completely, and some of you didn't. So the thing is that it was because they needed to essentially change the reels, and now that they don't need to do that, the projectionist no longer needs a break to switch reels. The other countries have phased the intermission out, but India continues to do it because it became such a part of the Indian film watching experience. Okay, so all right, I am now going to go to my very last fact. And this is something interesting as well that I read while I was looking up on the internet. And this is about the fact that we hold, did you know that we hold the Guinness World Record for the fewest actors in a narrative film? So Yade, that was directed and produced by Sunil Dutt, it also starred him, and he's the only actor. And the only other actor that comes towards the end for just a bit was Nargis Dutt, and we hold the Guinness Book of World Records for the fewest actors in a narrative film. What do you think? Is this the truth? Do we hold this record? I thought it was really interesting that there was just one actor in the entire narrative. But was there? Are you all Googling? So, okay, we so far have 2 guesses. All right. Okay, so yeah, so I think some of you all are still Yade. Somebody says Yade. Yes, Yade is the movie, but is that true? Does it hold the world record for being the only actor? Okay. All right, so okay, we have our answer, and that is that yes, it's true. Alia says that yes, it's true. Okay. Well, Alia, you're absolutely right. I am telling you the truth. This is fact checked and absolutely true. We do hold the record for the least number of actors in a narrative. Thank you so much for playing. Like this, the Avi Lying episodes are going to launch towards the in a week's time, and we hope that you'll tune in and watch and play along with us. We have some really fun guests on each episode, trying to guess whether we are lying or not. And there is a lot, the internet is full of stories, and some are good, some bad, some correct, and some just absolute lies. So essentially stories can be falsified, videos can be edited, and next time you get a forward on a messaging app or you see a post on social media, you make sure to verify the information before you act on it and forward it to family and friends. And that is what this book is all about. So I suggest you all just please encourage you all to go and read the book because it has some really important things to say. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us for this launch. Bye-bye.